All right. Welcome, 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 my bows and bow ties, to another chit chat with me. I am the Black opinionated woman, also known as a bow. So I'm just gonna get right on into the shenanigans, and then hey, let me just play this for a second, and I want you guys to listen to this situation right here. Let me go here. Let me get it. Just take a good listen.
You must have got my note, though. I put it on your truck yesterday.
I now realize that my internalized prejudice was stopping me from feeling like I could play this role, when it's precisely that prejudice that I've received. It doesn't matter that it's from African American women more than anyone else.
Wait.
It doesn't matter. I received prejudice. Anyone who's received oppression and prejudice feels this character. I've wanted so desperately to apologize every day to darker skinned actresses, to say, I'm sorry that I'm the one chosen.
Where do I go? Oh, there's just so much. There's just so much.
My mama looks like you. It's been very painful to have women that look like my mum feel like I'm not representing them.
Wait. Oh, wait. I just want everyone to catch this. Let it all sink in. Let it sink in.
I'm taking from them, taking their men, taking their work, taking their truth. But I do think that any women of color who, whether they're pale or whatever, who've managed to help other actors, get into this business, we matter whenever they say that Black women have watched the movie and it's really, really, really mattered to them. I just thank God that my light skin didn't stop that from happening. So that it didn't cause more pain.
Okay. Now, where do I even begin with this? All right. So, for those of you who are new to watching me, I talk about three things: Black women, Black culture, and anything related to middle age. Now, middle age could be anything. It could be health. It could be my little bald spot that I think I've got going on. It could be raising children. It could be career stuff or whatever. But today clearly fits in with Black women. I would say even Black culture. Now, before I really deep dive into this, I'm probably going to be rushing through this a little bit because I've got about 15, 20 minutes before I shower and go to some of my children's games. They have basketball games today. So I'm going to try to, not cuss and be just, no, I think I'm judging. I'm all the way judging. So look, now let me say this for my non-blackity blacks. I want you to lean in for a second. This is more for education purposes for those who don't know. The effects of colonization are real. I don't know if you know this, but I am classified as a light-skinned Black woman. Oh boy. Okay, so number one, let me just say this. I don't like when you're talking and targeting Black women and then you want to reverse and say women of color. Most of us Black women who are relatively conscious do not like to being lumped in with women of color because it's a form of erasure. Okay, it's what you're doing is you are taking away you're taking away a level of specificity. So I like to call a thing a thing. I am a Black woman, African American, whatever. But anyway, so let's start off with, okay, hold on. Let me go. I'm going to pull up my original thumbnail. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go right back to that. So, first of all, she is basically apologizing because she was basically born with this light skin. She was born with this light skin, and it's just so hard being light skinned. It's just so very, very hard. She's hard. So she wants to apologize to all of you darkies out there. You dark-skinned Black women, it's just you darkies. Now I'm saying that for a reason because I want to make sure I grab your attention. It's like you have this albatross. It's so hard that she's just so beautiful and it's just so light, and she's just got all of these opportunities and privileges. There's so much I can get into this. This BITCH needs to read some books. Now, for those of you who are not understanding why I'm leaning in on this, is because colorism runs deep in the Black community. And I know specifically in American Black communities, okay? She had the audacity to say she's sorry for being chosen. Are you? Are you sorry for being chosen? Oh my. Oh, wait. If you are so sorry for being chosen, what did you do to fix it? Did you do something to fix it? What did you do to fix it? That's the first thing. The second thing was she wanted to apologize to all of those darky Black women, all those dark Black women. And I'm saying that for a reason. It's almost as if like it's an affliction. And that's how I took it. I'm sorry you're afflicted with this dark skin. And I was blessed with my light skin because I have proximity to whiteness. But my mom looks like you. She's a darky, right? That B. So, okay, let me just say, she said, first of all, let's start with her audacity. I'm so sorry for taking your men. Chick, you didn't take anybody. Again, you recognize that you were chosen. You didn't take anybody. Men who choose women like you specifically or are choosing a certain type of woman, you didn't take anything. You don't have that kind of power. Let's make this clear. But she's so sorry that she took the darkity, dark, blackity, black women. And I'm sitting there thinking like these are some of the baddest chicks out here, but they don't get the opportunity to have fair representation, okay, and present it in a positive light. They use dark women and they find every bad stereotype and they try to use them. They use them for all the bad stereotypes for Black women. But if they want to show someone who's more feminine or whatever, they'll pick someone who's light. Check. Then she wants to apologize for taking their work. And, she has experienced so much prejudice from African-American Black women. I'm like, well, okay, we're going to stop right here for a second. Number one, for those of you who don't know, hold on, let me put my banner up because, everything is alleged until it's proven not to be true or something. I don't know. Everything's alleged. But in Hollywood, there is this, I don't want to say subculture. That's not the word I want to use. But there is this undercurrent going on where there are British actors and actresses taking or being presented with the opportunity to star in roles which is really calling out the Black American experience. So they work on their accents, okay? And they're really good, don't get me wrong. And then they come in and they star in these roles. And we're just so sorry that they took these. Cynthia Erivo, as talented as she is. See, this is the thing that white people don't know about. There's a lot of Black people who don't live here who think they're better than Black Americans coming over here. Now, granted, I recognize their talent. They are talented. But they're like, I'm sorry I had to take this. I'm sitting here thinking like the audacity for you to try to come tell and speak to an experience that you have no experience on. They talk so bad about Black Americans, but they want to come play Black American roles. They claim that they're being discriminated against by Black Americans or African American women. But I thought it was interesting because it's really a double-edged sword. Okay, she's clearly not from the United States. Now, I think she's a beautiful woman, but the issue is it's multi-layered. It's first of all, you're taking roles from Black American women who should be getting the opportunity. Okay. Number two, if you know that you are starring in a role that should have been designed for a darker skinned person, Why are you so selfish? You're like, it's not my fault. But you continue to take, right? So you didn't use your privilege for good. Were you advocating for a darker skinned woman? No, you were happy to take that. You were happy to walk your light skinned self up in there and take that role because you take everything. You have that kind of power, right? Oh my goodness. As if she is like, it's very haughty. Like she has some audacity. Like, I'm sorry, I had to take your men, take your work, and take your truth. I should play that clip again. This, oh, I want to cuss so bad. But then, like I said, nowhere is she saying where she's used her privilege for good. She never she never said this is how I'm using it for good. And then she had the audacity to say she's glad that her light skin didn't cause more pain. Are you really? Because you sure seemed happy taking that role because you took it, right? Because you're taking their work, their truth, their men. I think you like this position you're in. Now, I am sitting here and calling it out because now I know I'm a little busted. I'm not ready for the day and all the things I've got going on today. I'm ready to take a shower, actually. My underarms are moist. I'm sweating. I think I'm going through the change more than you want to know. But this is what I want to say. I am a light-skinned woman. I am fully aware. I have a frog in my throat. I am fully aware of my privileges. Okay. And let me say this. You know how when Black women get upset when white women, we call it white women tears. I'm sorry for hurting you. And then they center themselves and start crying like, I didn't know such a, and then all of a sudden, like Black people feel like they got to like go comfort them, even though they were the white women or whoever may have been the ones who caused the offense, right? This is exactly what's going on here. I'm just so sorry. I'm so light. And it's not my fault that I took your work and your men and your truth, but I am happy that my light skin did not cause any more pain. And all of these tears, I'm like, the audacity to think that you have that kind of power. You didn't take anything. Let's make this clear. You just happen to be born with this skin and talent and beauty. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of beautiful Black women out there who just don't get the opportunity simply because maybe their skin is darker, but they are gorgeous. Let's make this color thing a thing. But I guess in her mind, it's like she took it. I'm like, you didn't take anything because there are men who date Black women because they just love Black women, right? Like within the Black community. And then there are men who will date a certain type of Black woman. And the new word, instead of being colorist, we like to call it preferences. Now we're going to call a thing. Okay. And so Miss Thandie Newton just happens to be a lot of people's preference, right? She's light and pretty because just because you have light skin doesn't mean you're pretty. But she's light, she's beautiful, okay? And for some people, it's, the hair thing, right? Now, granted, mine is a situation, but I have more kinkier hair. So, and you can see, it's puppy and everything. I got a situation going on. So, but the point I'm making is when men go after like a Thandie, excuse me, a Thandie Newton, that is a certain type of dude anyway within the Black community. Okay. So we're going to call a thing. But the audacity for this chick, oh, I should play. I got to play this one more time because I just cannot believe this ding-a-ling said the things she said. I'm going to go right back to this. Let me play this again. Hold on. Come on, stupid computer, because I don't have all day. Let's go back. Now listen to this a-hole of a person.
You must have got my note, though. I put it on your truck yesterday.
I now realize that my internalized prejudice was stopping me from feeling like I could play this role. When it's precisely that prejudice that I've received. It doesn't matter that it's from African American women more than anyone else. It doesn't matter. I received prejudice. Anyone who's received oppression and prejudice feels this character. I've wanted so desperately to apologize every day to darker skinned actors.
Oh my gosh. No, you didn't. You did not want to apologize to darker skinned African American women. A matter of fact, you can apologize for, you know how you show that you are an ally and that you are using your privilege for good. Don't take roles that should be for darker skinned Black women. Oh,
Actresses to say, I'm sorry that I'm the one chosen. My mama looks like you.
you are not sorry. And this is the thing, just because your mother looks like darker skinned Black woman has nothing to do with your actions. I am so sick and tired of people saying, I have a Black parent, or my mom and dad look like you, blah, blah, blah. So what? Check. Then she's got the fake tears.
It's been very painful to have women that look like my mum feel like
It's painful for her to have opportunities. This is like, oh my gosh. Oh,
I'm not representing them, that I'm taking from them, taking their men,
oh! Oh my gosh.
taking their work, taking their truth. But I do think that any women of color who, whether they're pale or whatever, who've managed to help other actors.
What have you done? What have you done? Because clearly you were in a position where you took a role, because you remember you're taking work, worth, and roles in men. You're taking it, right? So to me, it's not like it was presented to you. You're taking it. That's what you're telling me. You are taking the roles. So then you have a responsibility, and since you're taking roles, it means you should never have taken the role, right? You should have allowed somebody else to have that role. This,
Get into this business. We matter. Whenever they say that Black women have watched the movie, and it's really, really, really mattered to them. I just thank God that my light skin didn't stop that from happening.
this chick. Oh my gosh. Okay, she needs to get off my screen. Anyway, so this is the thing that she's saying. She's literally saying she's taking these things. I'm like, well, then wait a second. If you are conscious that you're taking something because you have that kind of power, then you shouldn't have taken it, right? What did you do then? What did you do? Then you should have made sure that that role was available for somebody else in, right? You can't be that sorry. And then you're like, I'm sorry with these tears. You are, no, 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 no. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. She's a freaking, you know what? I am so done with this chick. I'm like, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to give her a number that she can call. I've got, I got a number for you, Miss Thandie Newton. I've got a number for you. Let me go ahead and do this. This is the number you need to call. Call me. Call me, because what you did was you embarrassed yourself. And what you did was totally, it was insulting to darker skinned women. I'm sorry, I took your men. I spoke about your worth. And I am embarrassed. And it's like I said, people make a business out of attacking darker skin. It's not just Black women, but it's dark skinned women in particular. Okay. She clearly, she called out darker skinned women. So not only is she taking roles from American women, but she's taking roles, like she knows she's taking from darker, because she says she's taking. Those are her words. They're not mine. They're not mine. They are not mine. I'm not appreciative of this. I don't know who told her to get up there and have foot and mouth disease. She threw all up over herself. She is embarrassing. Now, look, everybody makes mistakes, because I know I've said a lot of dumb things, okay? But in this moment, she's a ding-a-ling. This is a ding-a-ling moment for her. And you can tell, like, there's clearly, what word I want to use? It's not resonating with, I think, Black people. I don't know how many people are going to respond to this. I saw this yesterday and I wasn't going to respond, but I was like, no, I'm going to respond to this one. She clearly does not understand African American culture. She doesn't get it. Okay. So for her to get up here with these tears, I'm just so sorry that I have this skin and I've taken your man. You didn't take anybody's man, trust. and I'm taking your work and your worth. But look, dark skinned women, you darkies, my mother looks like you, which has no relevance to your actions. Now, let me just say to the dark skinned Black woman out there, like, I don't even know how to make what she said right because it's embarrassing. And I'm like, it's just, I don't even think she was trying to be mean, but it came off as mean. And look, and for the people who don't look like me, who may watch this video, like it may not resonate with you. It may go over your head. This may not be a video that you're going to invest a whole lot of cycles in. But I'm telling you right now, what this dingaling said was effed up. It was all the way effed up. I'm like, did she just get up on my internet and just I wish, why can't I just like be the one to interview people? Because see, they know what they're doing. They can't get somebody like me. I'm like, oh, so you're taking things? You have that kind of power? Okay. So then if you have that kind of power, then you consciously were okay with it then, right? So what did you do to dismantle these things? I'm going to do another video where we call out colorism. I'm going to talk about where I have contributed negatively towards colorist behavior. Okay, so we're going to call a thing, especially back in the day. Okay, so everyone, oh, I didn't even realize I had a comment there. Can't we? Oh, no, we can't just all get along. We can't get along. Why are you messing with me this morning? I just can't believe that she would get up on someone's internet and throw up all over herself. This shiggity is embarrassing. And at this point, I don't know if I want her to come back out there and make another statement. I think she just needs to sit back and just have some introspection, because right now she's operating from a place of, number one, she doesn't understand the African American experience. Number two, she's clearly not understanding a level of privilege. Like, we all have different forms of privilege. We got pretty privilege, light privilege, white privilege, rich privilege, athletic privilege. We've got all kinds of different privileges, right? And what I am saying is, you don't get up on here and you say something ignorant like that. This dumb chick. This is anyway. So Thandie, I want you to call me. My number is scrolling right across the bottom. 1-800-555-STFU. I'm sure you know what that means. Okay? Don't do that again. I am so sick of these. Look, let me tell you something. As a light-skinned woman, we have to call a thing, okay? We gotta call a thing. And the reason why I'm leaning in on this before I hop off, because I got things to do, is back in the day, I contributed to a lot of these shenanigans. A lot of it was not even knowingly, because I was walking in my own bubble. But then the question becomes, what did I do when I became conscious? That's going to be a whole other conversation, because in the beginning, I did nothing. Now, I'm calling a thing a thing. I'm calling a thing a thing, and it's uncomfortable. It requires you to be introspective, and it requires you to be honest. Somebody go over there and tell her to shut up. All right. I got to get ready for some basketball games. Black opinionated woman out.